the apocalypse comes, beat me.
In every generation, a podcast is born.
Ew.
We are your Slaymas. I am Chase.
And I'm Chase.
And I am
And I'm Beyza.
afraid. And listen, I've never seen Buffy. This is my first time watching it. Beyza's seen it for the umpteenth time. And we're here to talk about the Emmy-considered episode. Or did it win?
I don't know. Y'all let me know.
Y'all let me know in the comments if it won. But Beyza
I don't
does.
think so.
How could it? Look at the ending.
Look.
Oop.
I mean,
The ending of this episode is insane. But we'll get there. Trust.
critics. Well, when it came out, the critics were not pleased, to say the least.
So
But it is funny to be upset about that kind of ending for like a supernatural show. Like,
yeah,
crazier things have happened. You know, there's
Right.
like vampires and like.
Yeah, but there's always been an emojical. There's always been an emotional logic to this show. Emojical.
Okay, come on, emojical.
Except for this episode.
It's like when people put two names together to ship them.
Yeah, Bangel. Based.
Ew.
Or base.
Base.
Base. Okay, we'll work. You don't
Chesa,
like it.
for sure.
Chesa for sure. Chesa.
Ooh.
Chesa.
I love that,
Chesa.
actually.
I got Rez's. I did.
Oh,
Very good. I got a garlic, like a thin garlic, like
I'm hungry now.
like sort of like a non-tortilla like hybrid. It's very good.
What if they sponsored us? Can you imagine?
I
we just
l-
get free food. I'll take it.
I order at least once or twice a week.
I love that I turned you onto it.
I know.
It's iconic.
I think of you. I'm not kidding. Wait. I think of you every time I
I went
order
there
it.
since I was a baby.
Like, I know. I literally think about you. I'm like, I swear to God, Beyza, once a week when I put my order in, I think to myself, it's so crazy to me that I'm ordering food that Beyza and their family grew up like eating all
I
the
know,
time.
It is really weird.
That is so crazy.
super weird.
And then like whenever I go to like a childhood mall that you grew up going to and I see a movie there, I'm like, this is crazy.
It is weird.
It's so cool.
Well, because it all looks so different. Anyway, Jesus Christ.
Buffy.
Buffy. So we watched and are talking about Amends, which, how would you start off? What is your episode review out of 5 for this episode?
Out of 5, I would give it maybe like,
I give it a solid 3.
can I please do halves?
No, fake. Fine, go ahead.
Well, if I
go
could do
ahead.
halves, I give it 3.5 kitras. But if I
Okay.
if I can't do halves, I'll just do 3 kitras.
3.5 is fair.
Yeah, because it's definitely like above average in terms of like drama, but it's also not my favorite. And also,
Yeah.
I think I also am over Angel officially.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Lord Jesus, you've
and
seen
like
the light.
I know I've been kind of up and down and all around, but like the toxicity jumping off this screen is way too much for me to handle.
Right.
It's like, I love you, but I can't have you, so I'm gonna let you go, but I can't let you go because I just want you. Okay, that's scary.
What are we gonna do about that?
Yeah, it's inactionable, it's messy, and without
and
boundary.
That's love, honey.
And you know what? Sometimes
Honey, L-O-V
and E. Okay.
That's so stupid. Well, this episode premiered on December 15th, 1998, and was written and directed by who shall not be named.
Janky Wiener.
Janky Ween. Which, explains a lot.
Mm.
He lives I think he lived a little too much for the drama.
Well, I think he
Between
can't
Angel and
separate his own toxicity from his creative work,
And
which
we
is a
can-
shame.
We can point to that in
Yeah.
his entire career. So.
Yep.
But we did get some Angel lore, which is kind of fun. I think it's the most interesting and entertaining part of this episode is like a little bit of his
Yeah, coming from the
backstory, her
same like accent area as Kendra.
Exactly.
Yeah,
They're both from
Angel
Ireland.
and Kendra both. That's me only shirt.
That's my only shirt. Exactly. Yeah, she actually learned that phrase from Angel.
Oh, 100%.
So a man named Daniel runs down a Dublin street in 1838, afraid of something. He finally stops to rest in the entrance to an alley when Angelus appears in front of him. So he kills this guy and says it's Christmas. When Angel wakes up from his nightmare, unable to fall back asleep, he walks the streets of Sunnydale and runs into Buffy, who has the craziest bangs.
Oh,
Gail Weathers' ass bangs I have ever seen on this show. Like truly atrocious hair. But you kind of liked it.
I liked it. No, like the first scene is awful with them, but when they disappear and reappear, like on their like third reappearance, they kind of
But
sat
maybe,
better.
I think she pushed them back. Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, they were just like either maintained better or the angle was better. But this opening shot is the bangs.
And then they're just gone. Like the next
Yeah,
episode, they're
not
gone. Like the next few episodes, I'm like, what? What?
I love Gail Weathers' like choppy bang. This bang is like an inch shorter, so it looks like
Bad haircut bang.
Like literally just looks like
the hairdresser just missed
100% and cut off way too much, and now they're just sticking on end. Or it looks like she's nervous and her hairs are on end.
Aw, poor baby. She
Which-
probably was.
yeah.
When she sees
Looked
Angel
in the mirror. Oh.
Oh. Well, Angel can't do that. They exchange a few words before Angel sees Daniel again staring at him. Oh, we should also say that
I thought this was the Riddler, by the way, or whatever his name is.
Oh, right.
The trickster. What's his name?
The
The juicer.
juicer I don't remember. Who you're talking about.
The trickster. The Riddler. Come on, he's
I
like
don't
the
know
New
who you're
York
talking
Guido.
about.
The New York Guido
From
character.
Becoming.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember his name.
But like the
I mean,
one
he
who's
doesn't
like
come back,
he's
so.
like, yeah, I gotta tell you something about
Absolutely,
Angel.
very
Like,
that.
I thought that was him, but it's not.
I understand
know that,
why. I think this guy's a little cuter. I think Daniel has a little more going for him.
Oh, for sure, definitely would bang Daniel, bang Daniel,
Bang 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 Daniel. And I was gonna say one more thing. We watched these episodes with your partner.
Okay, kind of a gag because
Okay, this is how you know Blake is like something. Because he didn't talk while we were watching it.
I know it was so funny because like I was like in my head I was like, is he bored or is he
No, if
just
was
trying
bored,
to
he
be?
would talk.
I know, and then I was like, well, is he just trying to be like respectful of like the fact
No.
that we're watching Buffy? No, exactly.
Respectfully, no.
So I
No,
think
he
he
was
liked
into
it.
it.
I know, and
Which
then
is so cute.
and he loves the drama
Yeah.
in TV shows and movies, and he loves like 90s stuff and stuff that feels dated. So
yeah,
it totally
absolutely.
tracks it.
Yeah.
And he loves SMG.
Right.
We
and
grew
I
up
think
with her.
it's definitely a very elevated version of like a Goosebumps or something.
Oh,
like,
100,000%.
that's a lot of
yes.
like Creature of the Week stuff. So it's very
I know.
I
It's
thought
so
it was so
fun watching with
cute.
him.
It
I
was
hope you
really
watch more
fun.
episodes with us. I know we're
I'm
going to watch
sure.
that one up there
Yeah,
with
that's
the
not till
floating
season 4.
heads. Yeah, we'll watch that.
Floating heads, yeah. The next day, as Sunnydale High starts winding down for Christmas vacation, Buffy tells her friends about her encounter with Angel.
I was just saying, Buffy's better watching with people.
Yeah.
I think it's a
Yeah.
social show. I think it's like you watch it with people. It feels like, I don't know, because I've watched it with like a couple different people virtually and in person, and like it is better with people every time. It's a social show.
For sure. I think the more I watch it, the more I find myself watching it. The first time I watched it by myself. I
Right.
didn't like watch it with anyone, but watching it with people, and I've watched it with like Arabella, obviously, but that's the only person I've really watched it with. So I did the opposite. So I'm
Right.
watching it for this time with like you and some other friends and stuff. So it is really fun.
It's
I'm
fun.
Like, I like the vibe.
It makes it more
The vibes are
cozy.
good. It's very
because it's
cozy.
already an inherently cozy show. So
yeah,
it's like
absolutely.
adds to the vibe.
I agree. The friends start filling each other in on holiday plans when Oz shows up, ready to talk to Willow. He tells her that he knows she and Xander have a history and how he doesn't know if things between the two will ever be over. However, he also tells her that he misses her terribly, so he is willing to give their relationship another shot.
If I couldn't love this man anymore,
Hot.
it's
So
so
hot,
crazy to
so
me that he can be
hot.
like, I
Oh
understand
my
that this
God.
person is like a fixture in your life. And like, respectfully, there are people in your life that like just kind of have some sort of like in with you. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I have people that like, I'm like not even friends with them, but like, because of what we've been through together, it's like, I'll always try and go get dinner with them. Do you know what I mean? Emphasis on try. But, you know, I will.
If they ask,
I will.
you'll say
Yeah.
yes.
Like and there's like, yeah.
I know. Ugh.
So I love that he's
It's
able to
just
communicate that.
Well, and just like the confidence to do that at all is like crazy to me.
The ability to be that self-aware, the ability to be confident enough to communicate that self-awareness and take that risk, and the ability to continue that like that self-assuredness and and continuing to see that person because you love her.
I know.
And you'll trust her. If they don't get married, I'm looking away. But I want them to be married. I either want her to marry him or her to marry Buffy.
Oh. Okay.
Or a woman.
Okay, slay. I mean, Oz is basically a lesbian, so.
Honestly.
Lesbian vibes.
Yeah.
Cordelia, on the other hand, is still cold and hostile towards the Scooby Gang, and smugly tells them that she'll be going to Aspen with real snow. I love that she's just like a rich bitch with plans, and she's just like, fuck all you bitches. That's me. That is so me coded. I would love to be like, I'm rich and I'm going to Aspen.
Yeah.
And fuck you.
And I'm not talking to any of you.
Yeah.
I love that.
So iconic. Buffy and her mom go shopping for a Christmas tree and decide to invite Faith to Christmas Eve dinner. When Buffy suggests inviting Giles, Joyce becomes uncomfortable and vetoes the idea, claiming he doesn't want to spend Christmas with a bunch of girls.
Yeah, ignoring the latter part of that statement, I will.
First of all, that's very
it's a lot to unpack.
Very mom coded.
Yeah.
But the faith of it all in this episode does it for me. Like I
literally could cry thinking about it.
I could cry. Like I just, and we will talk more about their dynamic as the season progresses. But I just, I love Joyce's. Like I can't tell. I can't tell if she actually likes Faith or just wants Faith to like them so she can like get Faith to take over slaying duties, like has been insinuated in the past.
Yeah.
So it's just like a very sneaky. Joyce can be sneaky.
Absolutely, she can be sneaky, and that's what makes her such like a perfect mom for Buffy because like
She's
they
so
are
mom.
so similar.
Yeah.
They look similar. I mean, that is like it's such
crazy.
great. Yeah. And I finally went back and I told you this already, but I haven't told y'all this.
Oh.
I went back and watched that episode with like Faith's new watcher, who's not like who is a watcher but is like a rogue watcher.
Right.
And
that's actually a really good episode. That's when I said I wish we talked
episode.
about it.
I know it's
Maybe
a really
we can
good
go
episode.
back one day.
Yeah, maybe like at like the end of all of Hellmouth Homos, we'll go like and like do like kind of a recap episode of like all the episodes we didn't talk about that like we just like wanted to like I don't know honorable mentions of the unspoken episodes.
Kicking myself.
Well, I just loved. I didn't realize how like on the fritz, is that an expression?
Yeah.
On the outside, on the
outskirts,
fringe, I guess.
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say.
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say. It's so hard to communicate.
I know.
Faith. I didn't realize that Faith was so on the outs with like the friend group, and it's like, oh my god, this poor girl, like
she's fully by herself.
Is just like living in this like crappy motel room, like saving the day every day, but like doesn't have like a
second
social...
string as a slayer, as like the only thing she has.
Yeah,
is her slayer ability.
Dude, I
and
could
she's
see
still
her going.
second.
I could see her going bad if this doesn't get resolved soon. I could absolutely see her going bad, and if she does, I support women's wrongs because this is a hard position for her to be in.
I support women's rights and wrongs for real. Yeah, it is. It is.
And why doesn't Buffy see it? I know she's a lot going on, but it's like, girl, you have a sister in Faith.
I mean, sister, honey,
we're close.
Scissor.
They're scissor sisters.
Scissor sisters. While at the lot, Buffy spots a bunch of. I just got horny. I'm just kidding. Sorry. Buffy spots a bunch of trees that died, seemingly without reason, and the salesman offers her a hell of a deal. Okay, so the dead trees. We come back to the dead trees.
Right.
We come back to the dead trees.
I also like this is such a great seed for this episode to plant because normally I'm like, well, that's gonna come back later. But for some reason with this, I was like, okay, that's just like a weird Hellmouth thing. Like this one actually snuck up on me. Like I didn't like normally I put things together before they happen with Buffy, which is both a blessing and a curse. But with this episode, I genuinely was like, oh, where would it be? And then they went back to the trees. I was like, oh my god, duh.
Yeah.
Which was fun.
Yeah.
So it's like, very rarely can Buffy pull the wool over my eyes, but the wool was pulled this episode.
Right. You just smile. Hello. So so stupid. Buffy later visits Faith's room at the Sunnydale Motor Inn to invite her to dinner, denying that it was Joyce's idea. Faith claims that she has other plans, but Buffy leaves the offer open. Angel's nightmares continue to haunt him. And finally, he resorts to going to Giles for help. The audacity.
This
the
is
audacity.
crazy. This
the
is
angel
crazy.
audacity of it all. Is
Angelosity.
Angelosity? What did you say?
It does sound like that.
What did you say?
Angelosity.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying.
I'm
trying.
Angelus
Crazy that he'd be like, hey, remember when I killed the love of your life? I need your help.
Please help me?
Can you tell me how to tie my shoes?
So stupid. God, he's such an idiot. Like, just, I mean,
die.
I'm sorry. Just what? Wary of Angel due to Jenny's
I can't believe
death.
I cannot believe Blake did not think that man was hot.
Angel?
Yes, remember when we were watching it and Blake's like, yeah, he's not that hot.
He's not.
I know, but I thought
said he
my
had sexy
partner of all
lips.
people. But he said yeah, but
I
it's
feel like
still
you
not
guys have
enough.
different tastes.
And
though.
you know what? In a lot of ways, thank God. But like,
right.
it was just kind of crazy because Blake was like, he's too big, and to me, the
That's
concept,
what I said.
the concept of a man that comes in an extra large who's like just big is very attractive to me.
That's like the opposite to me. I'm scared he's gonna beat the shit out of me.
I want to feel tiny.
Oh,
I
you're
want
so
big hands.
little. I like hands with painted nails.
Oz,
Spike.
Beyza, Chase.
Okay, come on.
Yours are nicer than mine, though. Mine are busted the house.
I like when they get busted, though.
I do too.
I wait for the day they get black and busted.
Yeah. I get that. I
'Cause I
do,
want
and that's why I
Spike.
never take it off because I do like that.
No, it looks
the
awesome.
Look.
You're giving Spike.
I'm giving Spike. When is
Wary,
he coming back?
wary of Angel due to Jenny. Well, what if he doesn't?
He's coming back. He's too big of a character. Like, there's no way he doesn't
He's
come
too
back.
Big.
He's
He keeps a loaded crossbow in hand while Angel questions why he's back on Earth. Their conversation is cut short when Angel sees Jenny and runs off. But of course, it's not Jenny, honey.
It's a Perfect Illusion by Lady
Okay.
Gaga.
Mm-hmm. Giles turns around trying to get a glimpse of what scared Angel off, but he doesn't see anything. In another one of Angel's dreams, he attacks a maid, Margaret, at a Christmas party. As he finishes her off, okay, that's a weird way to say that. He looks up to see, I don't write this. He looks up to see Buffy. They both wake up realizing that they just shared a dream.
Dude, I hate to bring in another character who should not be named, but like the Harry Potter Voldemort of the situation.
Oh.
That was like one of my favorite parts in the books that
Wait, what? What are you referencing?
a little known literature series that all I'm saying is that it gave that vibe.
Okay.
And that was one of my favorite parts of those books was like
But
that
what
like
was the
Inception when they're having dreams about each other, when they're entering each other's
Oh,
minds
yes.
and they're trying to figure out how to like
I get it.
Anyways, I was gagged when I
Well,
saw Buffy there. I
maybe-
was like, Buffy, did you go back in time? And then I was like, wait, Angelus, did you just like, have you been having visions of Buffy your whole life? So many questions.
So many questions that
Not enough episodes.
Buffy goes to Giles at the library, and they plan to research the force that has overtaken Angel. Xander.
I'm gonna guess.
James.
I'm gonna guess. Xander. I'm gonna guess his name again. The big bad. Is it the evil?
Well,
The darkness?
We'll get to it.
And I'm just trying to remember. I have not.
Starts with the F.
The
First.
the first.
Yeah.
The first. It's just the first.
The first fag. Yeah.
The fest. The fest. I like the debt. Yeah, the better.
How have you never seen that video? It's
I watched
iconic.
it literally yesterday because I just wanted to watch it again. The debt. Yeah, the better. I love that bitch. She is so crazy. I love her.
She's so crazy.
She is so crazy.
Okay, what were you saying?
I don't know. I was gonna
The
say the first. I don't remember. I got
maybe you'll
sidetracked.
remember when we get to part.
Like, when we actually get to that part, episode choice.
Oh my Jesus. Xander offers to help, explaining that it's partly to make up for being such a bad friend to Buffy, partly to cure winter break boredom because his family hates him.
Yeah, so when he
which
is ready
makes
to,
sense.
he's only ready to apologize when he has nothing better to do and needs to like help himself.
Honey, that's a man.
It is a man. It is a man. It is
Honey.
absolutely
The
a man.
by Taylor. Isn't that a Taylor Swift song?
I don't know. You tell me. I heard you went to the Eras film the other night.
With you, bitch. I drove your ass there.
I wasn't there.
Right.
You're having a dream like Angel of Buffy.
I just saw you there. That's kind of cute.
Or you killed me and I'm haunting you.
That's kind of tea. I would love for you to haunt me.
At the Eras movie.
Just
You
in
could
life.
not pay me to watch that again, by the way. Respectfully to all Swifties.
No. Well, it wasn't a movie.
Okay. The recording of that concert, I can't watch again.
I agree. Willow joins in, and the gang research for hours with no results. Willow tells Buffy that she is trying to think of a way to let Oz know she's truly sorry, so Buffy suggests that she needs to let Oz know he comes before Xander. What?
Which is like good advice. I think it could have been a little bit more specific.
I guess, I just have trouble, for me personally, putting people before people. Like, that's a
really good point.
That's a weird sentiment to me. I think it's very high school. Like, I get it. I get the context that she's like a girl in high school, and that's like your boyfriend. But like, your friends can be more important than your partner too.
100%, and just important in different ways. It's just that way of thinking doesn't really serve adults.
Right. But hey, we all learned that the hard way.
Yeah,
honey. Angel is still unable to sleep and encounters a vision of Jenny at the Crawford Street mansion. He tries to apologize, but she doesn't want to hear it. She just wants to make him suffer. He is visited by many of his victims, including Daniel and Margaret, and finally Angel begs for it to stop. Jenny offers him comfort and tells him to rest. At the library, Buffy also falls asleep. Oh boy. Joining Angel in his dream. This time, the two make love on Buffy's bed. Looking over his shoulder, Buffy notices a creature with eyes sewn shut just before Angel vamps out and bites her.
Those guys are freaky deaky looking.
Oh,
the cultists.
I'm sure the name's in here somewhere. They both wake up. Jenny tells Angel he needs to kill Buffy. The sex room of it all.
This is the beginning. This is like at this point I'm like, okay, break up.
Right.
And this is before their horrendous dialogue at the end of the episode. Before then they walk down the street holding hands. Not to get ahead of ourselves. It's just like I cannot talk about this part of the episode without the context of the whole thing because it's so batshit crazy. And it's like, Buffy, you're off the hook. You're like 17.
Right. What is his excuse?
I don't know what he is grown. He is grown.
He's overgrown.
He's
overgrown for real.
Oh, anyway.
Childs has found out that the force taking over Angel is called the first evil, technically.
Right.
But his nickname for the girlies is the first.
The first,
It's very powerful and impossible to kill. However, the harbingers.
I love that word.
Are creatures which Buffy can kill, hopefully putting an end to Angel's mental torment. Buffy and Xander visit Willie's bar, where Willie tells them that all that he knows is that the first may be underground.
I never saw this bar coming back. I am so happy it came back, and I hope Xander gets a job there.
That'd be so. I thought you were talking about Willie.
Well, him and the bar. I mean, he's the guy who runs the bar.
No, I know, but instead of the guy from Becoming, the guy who was just in those 2 episodes, I thought you were talking about him.
No, I'm talking about the Riddler.
Got it.
What is his name?
I don't know. I don't know. I could not tell you.
But I think Xander would do well there.
Right.
Okay.
Oz arrives at Willow's house with videos from Big Lou's and finds she has a romantic night planned, including a provocative outfit, candles, music, and chilling champagne. Where the fuck did she get champagne? How did she get champagne?
Janky Wiener.
Janky Weens. And
I was just going to say, you're not going to get this. I'm just saying this for anyone who watches Star Wars. I'm saying this for Molly Damon. Something about this scene, like with her sitting on the couch, like looking up at him, is so Padme and Anakin coded. And that's all I'll say. You do not know what that means, and we can move on.
I know Padme.
Right. Who plays Padme? Carrie Fisher. I'm kidding.
No, the girl who looks like the other girl who was in Marvel.
Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
Natalie Portman was in Marvel. Jane Foster from Thor.
Right. But I meant the Black Widow. Don't they look like you?
Yes.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, Scarlett Johansson. Yeah, Natalie Portman is hotter and more grounded.
Totally. I'm not. Yeah, I understand that.
But there's a scene where basically like Padme's like wearing like this like very sexy stuff going on. There's a lot of blacks, a lot of reds. There's a fire going, and she's like, "Hello, Anakin," and
who's hotter, Anakin or Oz? Can I just say my points?
Yeah, I would love to hear your points.
One is of normal mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And the other's
right.
really scary.
One's like an incredible, intuitive communicator who is just beautiful person.
Right.
And one of them is a psychopath murderer.
So Anakin.
Well,
Wow.
you said who's hotter. He literally self-immolates, so he's pretty hot.
That's true. In a roundabout way, she implies that she wants to make love with Oz. He tells her he's not ready to take their relationship that far and that she doesn't need to prove herself to him. She's fine with his decision, and they give a little kiss.
I gotta say something.
Say it.
Another reason why I love Oz is like, first and foremost, have sex whenever you want.
Have sex.
Have sex. But I do love...
Make love
whenever you want. Consensually. And like the thing I was going to say is like, I do love waiting to cross that. Oh, she's falling. I love waiting to cross that threshold in a relationship because I do think it's important to like,
me and Faith.
I don't literally, but it's like, I don't know, there's like a Sex and the City episode at some point where she's like, whatever happened to dating? Whatever happened to like going on dates and building a relationship? And like that, I don't know what age I watched that episode, but that has stuck with me because that is how I feel. And I love that Oz is of similar mind.
I agree. Maybe he was a fan of the show at the time.
100%. If you ask Oz, like the best way to like spend a weeknight with his girlfriend or partner, he is bisexual. He's pansexual.
Right.
He would say like ordering takeout, eating dinner, watching Sex and the City.
Yeah, I would definitely not SNL.
Why do you ask?
Or Dancing with the Stars, maybe.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
At home, Buffy and her mom are trimming the tree, and they both get a surprise when Faith shows up. Buffy goes.
Keep going.
Upstairs to her room to find that Angel is there waiting for her. He fights the urge to kill Buffy. Okay, crazy sentence I just read. Jenny, unseen and unheard by Buffy, continues to goad him into killing her. So Angel jumps out the window. That shit made me laugh so
wild.
hard. I know, so wild. I know it's being driven crazy, but like, get over it. Like, we all have intrusive thoughts, Angel. I'm just saying. Buffy is worried, and she leaves Faith in charge of watching her mom. Oh, her little girlfriend's watching her mom.
I love that.
While she goes to Giles for help. At the mansion, Jenny continues her quest. Jenny as the first, obviously. She tries to convince Angel that he must kill Buffy, and as long as he's alive, she will be at risk. With that, Angel resolves to ending his own life under the sunlight
and
instead.
You know what? Right. That is the practical solution for this fictional character in this way.
Yes. If there's no other option.
Right. And I'm not an advocate of that in general, but I'm just saying, like, Angel, like, this is the move. Like, there is nothing else you can do. Yeah. You cannot be with her. I mean, yeah, I guess the other option would be, like, just get the fuck over her. But clearly you can't. Right. Because you say, you self-admittedly you cannot. Right. Anyways.
Which Jenny says wasn't the plan, but it would nevertheless be acceptable. After some more research, Buffy discovers that nothing will grow above or below the priest's location, and she is reminded
So
of the
good.
dead trees. She's so smart. She's just like
Yeah.
so intuitive and like just she has such a juicy brain
She's juicy brain, wrinkled in its wisdom.
and a juicy butt.
Listen, if there's two things you need, juicy brain and butt.
Yeah, that's what my mom always told me. Before she departs, Giles warns her that she may have to kill Angel again should he truly become dangerous, which is crazy. She goes to the lot, and in the middle of a circle of dead trees, she digs a hole right above the priest's hideout. She jumps down, tearing the place and the priests apart, and encounters the first in Jenny's form.
Scary.
They threaten each other, then Buffy runs off to the mansion to save Angel from killing himself.
I don't know how to feel about the first, like, taking on. I love this. If there's one thing I love, it's a character design.
Right.
And I am bummed that, like, the first, we get, like, a little weird CGI flash glimpse of what it would look like as, like, an unleashed entity. But I think that having characters play and embody the first is like a rich narrative exploration and, tool.
Mm-hmm.
I wish it was a monster. I wish it was like, just like, or I wish it was invisible. I wish it was a mist. I wish it was a fog. I wish it was like, I want more to look at than just like an actor.
I think to me, the scariest thing is seeing your dead loved ones. Like that is to me my biggest fear.
Well, especially a perverted version of them.
Exactly. Like who you like know is not them, but like to have them look you in the eye is crazy. Like that is, I think that would be the scary, like that would be 10 times scarier to me than like.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. I
fucking
agree.
ugly monster.
I agree.
And
I think that's
easier
a good point.
to kill too. Like it's so hard to try to kill someone who looks like someone you know.
That's a really good point.
Not that you can kill the first, but fight someone who you know.
Yeah, and that you love.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I guess I just wish that there was like a little mist or aura around them, something that's like
a little more distinguished, but like that's
the gag.
Fear.
Right.
And like the issue is like you don't know if that's, well, obviously you don't know because they're dead. So you know that's, unless you didn't know they were dead.
You have shifted the needle for me. Thank you. I love your POV. Eric.
Aw. Your hands are so big.
Not as big
Daddy.
as David Tennant. What's his name?
David Tennant is crazy.
David Thoreau. What is his name? David Bonsorelli. What is his name?
David Buccicelli.
David
Boreas.
Buca de Beppo.
Buca de Beppo.
David Borealis.
Boreanaz. Sarah Bareilles.
Sarah Bareilles. It always comes back to Sarah Bareilles.
Always comes back to Sarah Bareilles. Buffy finds Angel atop Kingsman's Bluff, the sun only minutes away from rising.
I hate this scene. I hate this scene. This is why you guys didn't win the Emmy, by the way.
That's wild. Watch it like did, and I just gave you false information.
Well, no, I will say this scene's not the problem. It's the last scene that's the problem.
I really love everything that Buffy's giving in this scene. Well,
yeah, no, it's a good scene. I take it back. I think the next scene is my issue.
Fair. That's super fair. He tells her that he loves her and wants her so much that he's willing to lose his soul just to be with her. Buffy insists for him to come inside, but he believes that he is evil and he has to die. Which
I love all of this. This is fair.
I thought they were acting in this.
It was well done.
It was very Romeo and Juliet vibes.
Yes, and I do love an R&J, okay? Right. Yes. I think it was good. Then I'm like, I hear that and I'm like, okay, honestly, tragic. Feel bad for you guys. And what are we going to do about that? How are we going to move through it?
But like,
what is the reality we are creating together in this moment? How are we stepping through?
I don't think they were thinking about that.
They were just thinking of booby loobies.
Right. Booby loobies. They fight, hitting one another. Whoa. And then with tears in their eyes, say how much they love each other.
Oh, I hate it. It's too toxic.
Okay, but can I read one of my favorite Buffy
good.
moments.
Yeah, great line.
Is when Buffy says, "Strong is fighting. It's hard and it's painful and it's every day. It's what we have to do and we can do it together. But if you're too much of a coward for that, then burn. If I can't convince you that you belong in this world, then I don't know what can." Which is like, I love that first. I mean, the second part's obviously very specific to the situation, but I love that first part and just how strong Buffy is, not just in her muscles, but in her heart.
And in her in her relationships.
Yeah.
And it just makes Angel like, this is what I'm like, yeah, I'm no longer a team Angel, because it's just like he's just such a bitch. It's like, she has a point. Like, just fucking put up with it. Like, just put up with it.
Right.
I mean, I guess we can, like, I just don't know. I mean, I know it's just a TV show, but
like, I know she's a character, obviously, but
maybe
Buffy is 10 times stronger, again, not like just physically, but like mentally, than everyone around her.
Right.
So I think that's also what disconnects her from from all of her relationships.
She's evolved. Yeah.
She is. And like, she doesn't, I'm sure it's so difficult to have that kind of power that's not physical or anything like that. That's just solely her.
Yeah.
And no one else around her does, even Angel.
Yeah. I wish she was real.
So true. Me too, girl. Me too.
Right.
Buffy gives him his last chance to prove how strong he can really be and to come in from the sun. She tells him that, yeah, blah, 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 he can burn. Suddenly, snow begins to fall. The once sunny, warm Sunnydale is now dark with a Christmas snowfall. Oz, Willow, Giles, Faith, and Joyce all watch the snow outside their windows. Buffy and Angel walk hand in hand together through the snow, protected from the sunlight. Okay, go ahead.
It is just wild to watch them go from like the most toxic, abusive fight to just like quietly holding hands together down a snowy lane.
That's their relationship. That's literally their entire relationship.
Oh, I could just tell J.K. Wiener wrote this. I think I would have liked the episode more as an episode of Buffy if someone else had written it, because I think it just would have been written differently. Yeah. I think that it is, the toxicity in this episode is just too much for me to separate from. It's just gross. It's just a gross episode. And maybe it's just because I've been in a few toxic relationships of my own. But I mean, the half is because it's like things happen plot wise. So like I have to give it a half a point for that.
Right.
Maybe no. I give it a 3. Fuck that episode. 3. Maybe 2.8. I'd say 2.8.
Okay. I give it a 3 because I really like Buffy's speech, and I think her and Faith should kiss.
They should kiss, but she should have been home with her girlfriend and her mom, celebrating the holidays and relaxing and giving Faith a strong, stable family dynamic.
Can I say one more
instead
thing?
of fighting with her toxic, abusive ex?
You expect me to believe this is now an Angel hate episode?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You expect me to believe that Angel wouldn't think Buffy would try to come find him? It's
so manipulative. Yes.
Like, yes, he's not in his right state of mind. When is he ever? But like, do you actually think Buffy wouldn't try to come find you and figure out what's going on?
Right.
For real? Also, can you just fucking tell her?
And could you just like go to therapy? Men would rather jump out a window and self-immolate in the sun
than go to
therapy. It is so crazy to me.
That's crazy.
The more we get through this show, the more I'm like, maybe I'm not gonna watch Angel, because I'm like, I don't give a fuck about this character.
I have watched it once,
but isn't Charisma Carpenter in that show?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think she's in that show, and so I'd watch it for her.
Next episode, we will be talking about Helpless, which we actually
like. Helpless.
Which we actually
It's a Hamilton song. Chuggy.
That is crazy that you said that.
I know. I'm sorry. I don't like that musical.
On December 6th. So, see you then.
Shit. On that note, I'll see you Deck 6.
Deck 6?
Deck 6.
Got it. I really like that episode. I think we will actually be positive.
Oh, yeah. This is just, but also, like, we need a juicy hate episode. We need things to work against, and we need it to be about Angel, because that shows my growth as a Buffy viewer.
There's going to be lots of episodes.
Think about if you compare this episode with, like, another episode where I'm just, like, raving about how much I love Angel. That's growth. That's dynamics. That's character development, okay?
I'm glad you're on the dark side.
I would call it the light side. I think Angel's the dark side.
Right.
Hey, yeah, if you'd ever want to connect about Buffy, you can do so in the comments on our YouTube channel, or you can do it via email, fearqueers@gmail.com.
Do you hate Angel? Let us know. Do you like him? Let us know.
Should I watch Angel's spinoff? Let me know.
And
until next time, gay
Fright.
slay
Oh,
frights.
slay frights.
Slayer frights. Slay frights, y'all.
Well, it's hard because it's slay, but it's also gay.
Slay. Gislay.
Okay. What is that? What is that?
Blake.
I understand. How do you even do that?
If the apocalypse comes, beat me.